Welcome, everyone. It's a Wrap with Rap. I am your host, Ron Rappaport. This podcast features people who have overcome challenges and adversities, people who can inspire, motivate, and educate us on an assortment of topics. My guest today, we're very honored to have Sara Im. Sara is a survivor of the killing fields of Cambodia. She is an inspiring author of the inspirational award-winning book, How I Survived the Killing Fields. She is a motivational speaker, aspiring entrepreneur, and a holistic wellness consultant. Her mission is to inspire, motivate, and encourage people to have hope, resilience, and a positive perspective in their life. Welcome, Sara, to the podcast.
Thank you, Ron. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's an honor to have you. Sara, let's go back to 1975. What was your life growing up in Cambodia, which I have to say, I actually had the privilege of going to Siem Reap when I was on an Asian tour. Beautiful country, beautiful people. Can you take us up to that time when you were growing up to the time you left home to go to college?
Sure. Yes, I grew up in a village in Cambodia. I love that environment because I was surrounded by nature and my parents are farmers and I was the firstborn child. I feel so much love and pampered. I felt so secure and loved.
Yeah.
And then, my parents believe in education. So they encouraged me to stay in school. So
Sure.
I did that until I finished high school. And then when I need to go to college, I need to move away from home to attend college in the big city in Phnom Penh, that's the capital city.
How many miles was your home from Phnom Penh?
I would say about 350 or so.
That's a good distance.
350 miles. Yeah, it's a long distance.
It's probably on the other end of the country, I would imagine.
Yeah, it's not quite, but
close.
Yeah.
So you're going to college. What are you studying in college?
You wouldn't guess. I studied to be an engineer.
Really? Wow. Well,
Yeah.
that was a great field to go into. Did your parents encourage you to go into engineering, or was that just something you came up with on your own?
It's totally up to me, but
Yeah.
I enjoy math. I'm very good at math. So engineering will use a lot of math.
In that time period that you were growing up, tell us about what was life like in Cambodia? How were things? Peaceful, calm?
Yeah, peaceful, relaxing, easygoing. That's how I felt, especially in the countryside. No hassle, no rush, no hurry.
Yeah. That was a lot different when you got to college, I would imagine.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so the Khmer Rouge come into power, the communist government. They take over the country in 1975. Tell us about that time period, how they operated initially, and where were you, and what was your fate at that time?
When the Khmer Rouge took over our country, we did not expect a drastic difference. We just thought that it's just a change of government. But they came in with the military weapon and tank and truck and then they immediately shut down everything. When they came, it was the holiday. We celebrate New Year in April.
Okay.
So most of the place is already shut down, except the marketplace. But when the Khmer Rouge came in, no more marketplace, no more business, nothing was open.
Wow.
They shut down everything, including the bank. Imagine you have money in the bank and you need some cash.
Yeah.
You can't, the bank was closed. But even if you get your money, what can you do with the money? Nobody sell anything.
Did they give any explanation to the population of why they were doing this?
No, they don't have to give any explanation. They came in with authority, with madness.
And they came in with obviously did they have tanks? Did they have so they actually came in complete military style?
Yes.
Okay. Describe, well, we're at that point in time, you were in college, correct?
Yes, I have an apartment not too far from the college. But I was not attending on that day that they came in because it's the holiday.
So I take it they shut the college down, correct?
Yes.
So everything got shut down.
Everything.
And did they go door to door?
Yes.
Knocking on everybody's door? And when they went door to door, did they, like some authoritarian governments, did they confiscate your belongings or anything like that?
They don't do it right at front of us, but they just said, you just leave. You don't need to take anything. It was just a short, just a few days. So we don't know what to expect. So we cannot carry too much with us anyway. And we cannot drive. I don't have the car to drive. I was a student, no car. But even though if I have the car, where can you go? If the gas pump is shut down, you cannot get gasoline anywhere. And the people, all the people come out from their house, pile up on the street. You cannot drive anyway.
Give us a perspective. What was the government like before the Khmer Rouge came in? What kind of government was it?
It was a democratic
government. Okay.
Yeah.
So they were elected by the population.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, did the population have any warning that the Khmer Rouge were coming? Could they have prepared for this at all? Or was this just something that just sprung up?
Well, the military was fighting somewhere. We don't see. And then when the time gets so close, the takeover time, we hear the gun and the rocket sound, the bomb getting closer and closer.
Yeah.
And then April 17 was the day that they came in.
April 17th, 1975.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So they come in, you're in college. I take it at that time, I don't think cell phones were around.
No cell phone.
Communication with your family was probably non-existent.
No.
Okay. So they tell you to get out of your house and they form you in groups or whatever. Then what? Then what happens?
They push us to walk away from the city. So we were walking on the street, carry a little bike, small bike that we grabbed from our shelter.
Yeah.
And we bring some food because we know that we will be hungry.
But you have no idea where you're going, right?
No.
They don't tell you nothing.
No, we just follow each other.
Yeah.
We just follow the crowd, but we only know that we need to get out of the city.
Right.
So we keep walking nonstop, and we sleep on the ground when the nighttime comes.
Okay. So how many days were you walking for?
I don't remember exactly, but it's probably about a couple weeks.
A couple weeks. Okay. So you're walking, not really knowing where you're walking to. And then what? You get to your destination. And where is your destination?
We get to the village.
Okay.
The village is far from the city.
Yeah.
And that village are the people that already got trained from the communist group. They got trained how to treat people that come from the city. And we were asked to stay with the family, people that have some room for us, so we could stay there for temporary. And then right away, they want us to go to work in the rice field.
Okay. Now you're in the rice field. Can you describe the work conditions that were placed on you and the others and that environment of that situation that surrounded you, and how long did that last for?
Well, I stay in this temporary place for only maybe another couple weeks. And then I get moved. Well, they make announcement that if you want to move to Battambang, just sign up, because they need to displace people. They take some people to put where they need more people.
Okay, can you see me? I think we got disconnected.
Yeah, I can see you now.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, so where were we? Right, you were,
Yeah.
they put you in that certain area, and then from there, how did you get to the fields?
Well, I work in the field. The field is not too far from the temporary place, but the big field that I'm going to stay for 4 years is now it's not there. I got moved to the different place. When I got to the other place, then I got moved again. So finally I end up in a big camp. That camp had 1,000 people, all single people. And then we were pushed to work very long hours. And we were given only very little food to eat. And because of the work hour was so long, we had very little time to sleep and no time to rest. 7 days a week. We work in the rice field all day long in the heat.
And were they, did they beat people if they didn't do their job? I mean, was it like that? Where they would hit people and that kind of thing?
Yeah, I heard other group, they do that. But in my group that I belong to, I did not see any beating in front of me, because this group they consider a special group, because they ask people to volunteer, to sign up to go to this group. They call it a very dedicated group.
Okay.
That we will volunteer to sign up to go there because we want to get trained. And so I just keep moving. I just keep signing up because I want to move closer to my home. So every time there is an opportunity, I sign up.
Did they, besides working you like slaves, did they try to indoctrinate you with an ideology?
Yes.
They did.
Yes. Yeah, we have no opinion to no saying. Whatever they say, we have to do it. And
Right.
we have to every night we have a meeting, a mandatory meeting at night time, like 10, 11 o'clock. So at that meeting, they want to hear the word, I commit, I'm faithful, I'm dedicated to the government. So that's what they want to hear.
How many people, Sarah, didn't make it? I mean, how many got sick and just died?
From my camp, out of 1,000 people, there are probably about 700 did not make it.
Wow. So
And
seven out of 10
7,
people didn't make it.
yes.
Now, were
But
there old people, young people?
no,
Was it
that
no?
camp was just single people.
Were they on the younger side?
Yeah, on the younger side.
And still 7 out of 10 didn't make it.
Right, because
Harsh conditions.
Yeah, harsh condition, the disease, the starvation, the
Was there-
exhaustion.
Was there medicine? Did they offer any medical care at all? It was just like, you don't make it, and that's it.
Yeah, I heard that there is the hospital, but that hospital is reserved for special people.
Yeah.
And we are not special.
You're not that special.
No.
So were you able to contact your family during your time of internment? Did you have any communication?
No, there is no way.
No way.
No way.
Okay. So you want to get back to your house, your village, where your family is, and you're there. You said that the time period lasted about 4 years, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So as I understand it, you escaped. Tell us how you escaped and what was that journey like? And did you have any help of any kind to escape?
Yeah, I have 3 escape altogether, but my first escape is not too dangerous. I escaped out of the infirmary when I got so sick.
Yeah.
I could not go to work like everybody else. I was sent to the infirmary. That's pretty much like a death camp. So when I realized that I had no way to survive if I keep staying there.
Right.
So I get out. I run away. So that's my first escape. I pray and God probably protect me that I didn't get beat up. I found a very kind team leader that feels sympathy for me, and she put me to work in the kitchen. So that's such a big favor. That's a life-saving activity right there.
Right.
Yeah.
You're on the verge of death, and here you are, and she's going to help. She helps you out.
Yeah.
That was your first. You said your first of 3 escapes.
Yeah.
What was the second escape?
My second escape at the end of 4 years. This camp was moved. They keep moving us away from where we used to be. So the direction of moving is to the jungle. The jungle. When I realized that we were moving in deeper and deeper in the jungle, I realized that no way. I don't want to keep moving with them, because my goal is to go find my family.
Yeah.
I have a beautiful, loving family that I need to be reunited with. I'm not staying in the jungle. So I risked my life, and God probably gave me the courage to escape. And this time I did not do it by myself. I gathered 3 trusted friends. I asked them to escape with me. So they agree. They want to help me and they want to go with me. And
And
that's a life.
how did that turn out? Because you said there was 3 escapes.
No, that three my friends, 3 of my friends.
Okay, so this was the last. It was 2 escapes. The first
the
one,
second escape.
and okay, okay, I thought you said 3, but I'm wrong. Okay, so this is the final escape. Okay, so you're going into the jungle. Is the camp in the jungle at that time? Or
Yes,
it is.
The camp is just the people. We call it a camp because we were surrounded by the people with the gun, with the big gun. So although there is no fence around us,
Yeah,
but we were surrounded by gun people.
okay. So you and 2 others escape. Now, how did you know what direction to go to get back to your home? And as I understand it, you're in the jungle. You don't even have shoes on, do you?
No.
You're barefoot.
Yes, I was barefoot. I have no idea where to go. This is pretty random, but we know that we want freedom. We know that we don't want to stay in this environment.
Sure.
So we just took a chance to go, and we have no idea. But I'm sure God directed our step. We try to trace back where we was coming from.
Right.
So
right.
we just try to sense where were we coming from. Walk, trace back our track. And in the middle of the night in the jungle, it's very dark.
I can imagine. Yeah. Now, were there animals in the jungle that you had to be concerned about?
It must be, but I was so lucky that I did not come across any animal.
And how did you guys make it through with no shoes? I mean, you're in the jungle. You had to be, your skin, were you bloodied up and everything?
Yeah, we got used to. We used to have the rubber shoe, the make of the makeup of the rubber from the tire. But our only shoe that we ever owned in 4 years, it got worn out. So by the end of 4 years, some people still have that old ragged shoe and some don't.
So you're walking through the jungle trying to get back to your home. How long was that journey in the jungle to get out of the jungle? How long did that last?
Get out of the jungle maybe about a week.
A week.
And then we try to find the way back to my hometown. So I probably walked another 3 weeks or so, 2 or 3 weeks.
What did you do for food? What did you guys do for food?
When we took a little bit of rice from the camp, because when they moved us, they gave us a big bag of rice to carry with us. That's now our rice. We will just carry it for them.
Yeah.
But during our planning to escape, we just cut the bag and grab a little bit of rice, put in a little sack.
And what about water?
Water, I don't remember having any bottle of water. But in Cambodia, there are a lot of like a spring, like a little waterway.
Yeah.
So it's not too dry. So if we are thirsty, we'll try to go find a stream of water.
It probably
Go
rains a lot
find.
too, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I remember when I was in Cambodia at Angkor Wat, it was so humid. It was very, very humid. So you eventually make it to your home village, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
Uh, God probably gave you the sign how to get there. There's no doubt about that. What was the condition of your village and your home when you got there?
When I got there, the home that I used to live in, there was no more home. They destroyed the home, and the people in surround there, they said, oh, they destroyed the big house. Well, we used to have a big house, and they used the wood from the big house and make some small house for people to live in. So I only found the foundation of my home. I could not find a home. I could not find my family. But to make the long story short, I tracked down my family and I found them.
You did find them. Okay.
Yes.
So you found them through asking around and somebody
I
knew
found,
somebody.
yeah, I found them through my aunt who used to be a nurse, and now she's still a nurse, so she worked in the hospital. That was a big clue that I remember my aunt was a nurse, so she might be in the hospital. So I
Yeah.
went to the hospital and I found her.
So how long was the Khmer Rouge in control? And tell us about the new government that replaced it and what was life like under the new rule.
Well, the Khmer Rouge, the communist Khmer Rouge, controlled 4 full years, 4 years. April 1975 to the spring of 1979.
Okay.
And
so then the new government takes over. Well, what's that like?
The Vietnamese came and liberate us from the Khmer Rouge, and then they installed some guy and some person, a Cambodian person, to control the country. And at the beginning, you know, the people lost trust of the government. We no longer trust any government. So many of us escaped out of the country. That's my third escape.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that.
Yes.
So
the new government turned out to be a dictator.
Okay.
He's still in control until now.
Oh, he's still in control?
Yes.
From 79 all the way to 2022. That's a long time. Same person.
Yes. Yes. And we're supposed to have election every 5 years, but he pulled out every kind of trick to make sure that he win the election. He beat up, or he pretty much destroyed the opposition.
Yeah.
To make sure that he win.
So you're living with your family and you're caring for your mother. Okay. What was the spark that gave you the idea to leave Cambodia, and tell us about the journey out of Cambodia? What was that like?
Well, I live with my family. We enjoy our reunion because that was my dream for 4 years.
Sure.
That kept me alive because of my dream. But because of the uncertainty of this new government and the untrust, the lack of trust and the fear for our future, because I was still single. I'm still in my prime. And my mom was so fearful for me. And she's the one who pushed me out.
She
said,
gave you
"Honey,"
the idea to leave.
yes, yes. I
Okay.
did not want to leave. I cried 2-3 nights. My eye was swollen up. I didn't want to leave. I said,
Yeah.
well, I was dreaming of this moment. I don't want to leave. But my mom convinced me. She said, "Honey, if you make it, if you get out and if you make it through, eventually you will have an opportunity to come and help us."
Right.
At that time, my mom was very frail. She could not make the trip. Otherwise, we all probably make the trip together.
Right.
Yeah.
How did you decide to go to the United States?
Well, when I escaped, I crossed the border to Thailand and I found a refugee camp. But my mom had a cousin who came to United States as a student. And he's still in United States. He was in United States. So she said, go find him and he will help you. So I trust my mom and sure, I found him. And he sponsored me to come. That's how I got to United States.
That's great. Describe to us, once you made it to the United States, what things you did to reestablish yourself here and obviously start your life over again.
Yes. Yes, I start my new life, start with the English. I didn't speak any English. I understand a few words, but not much. So go to English class and then try to find a job. Imagine looking for a job in 1981 without speaking English. So
Not an easy feat.
No, I was applying for a job as the housekeeper in the nursing home. They don't want me. They did not want me because I didn't speak English. I cried because I was in college, and now I couldn't get a cleaning job. I was just so frustrated.
Sure, I can imagine.
So I decided, no more this kind of treatment. I'm going to get myself an education. So
right.
I learned English. I took GED class. I passed the GED.
All right.
I passed GED and then registered for college.
Oh, okay. So where did you go to college?
Western Connecticut State University. Because at that time I came to United States by Connecticut. I lived in Connecticut.
Okay, what did you study there?
Did you guess?
Engineering.
Very close.
Mathematics.
Mathematics.
That's what I said, mathematics. Okay,
yeah,
good.
My favorite subject.
And then did you graduate? You graduated, right?
Yeah.
And you got a job.
Yes. I worked my way through college. I paid my own way to college. I didn't owe a dime.
That's great. Tell us about your advice or suggestions to those out there listening to this who are afraid and uncomfortable out there with their situations in life. What's your advice or suggestions to them? Because if you could get through what you went through, I'm sure you have a lot of suggestions or advice.
My advice is this: find the love in your heart. In my case, my family, my mom and my brother, my dad. When you have secured an anchor, the people that you love, you will do anything to survive. So in my case, I did not give up because of that love. And you have to have a strong hope and also a determination. The hope and the faith It's work together. The love, the hope, the faith, and the determination. This all work together for you to reach your goal. So everybody have their own purpose, have their own goal. Whatever that is, you have to have a strong determination. You have to have faith. The faith to believe that things will be better.
Absolutely. Love, hope, faith, determination. So changing the wheel a little bit, you've been a holistic wellness consultant for 10 years now. How did you get into that field? And did your time surviving the killing fields teach you about, what did it teach you about nutrition? Did that play into it?
Yes, my experience back in the killing field has something to do with that. At one point, I was severely sick with malaria, typhoid, and then I become blind at night. I lost my sight at night. It's called night blindness.
Wow.
That happened when you lack of nutrition.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. You weren't getting any nutrition, no vitamins, nothing.
Right. So I became blind. That was terrible. Living in the environment where there is no bathroom. Just to be blunt, no bathroom. You had to go out in the wood and find a place. And I had to drag my next door neighbor to help me every night that I need to go. So night blindness is miserable. And I always have a fascination with the work of the vitamins and nutrition. Since I was young, I was very interested in all that, how to be healthy and all that. So that's one of my interests.
Right.
But when I live in the United States, at one point I was reaching 50 and I struggled with my health. It just woke me up right again. So I realized that I need to take care of myself, because at that time I was caregiver to my mom one more time, the second time. But I did not take care of myself. So I started to take care of myself, get back to good health again. And then I realized people need my help. I need to help them. So that's how I become a wellness consultant.
Now, you wrote a chapter in a book called Holistic Approach. Can you tell us a little bit about that book?
Yes, I have my book here with me.
Yep, that's
that
it.
Holistic approach,
right,
is the personal story of triumph and transformation through mind, body, and spirit. And I was invited to write one chapter because of my journey, because of my involvement in the nutrition, in the holistic wellness. So we have many professionals contribute to this book. We have chiropractor, we have functional medicine, we have pharmacists, we have holistic nutritionists, massage therapists, or all kinds of holistic practitioners contribute to this book. So I was so happy that I can contribute to.
Yeah, that's
book.
great. That's great that they picked you. Can you tell us a little bit about the book? What is it? What subjects does it touch upon?
The subject is touching on taking care of your body, personal health care, personal wellness, from your mind, from your thought, from your physical, from exercise and nutrition. Every area of our body, it's covered in this book.
Okay, it sounds like a great book. It's called Holistic Approach. And
Holistic
Sarah has written a chapter in it. Sarah, what inspires you?
What inspired me is my gratitude. My gratitude that God saved my life. Out of 2 million Cambodians who did not make it. I am so grateful that I'm still alive. So with this gift, I want to make the best of my life.
Yes.
I want to help people.
You want to give back.
I want to get back, give back. And I also want to tell them that no matter how bad the situation is, if you want something bad enough, you can still get it.
You have to you can't give up.
No, right, that's right.
So if you had to give one tip out there to people, what would it be? Just one tip.
One tip.
One tip.
Love and faith.
Okay.
Love and faith. Yeah, love go together. When you have love and you have faith that you will make it, it will be better. It will be better. You will come out.
Great advice. What excites you the most going forward in your work?
What excites me the most is that I will have opportunity to transform some people's life. A lot of people read my book and their life have been changed. And I got a lot of testimony, a lot of review. And it just pleased me. It just made me so happy that I can make a difference in people's life. I can make it better. Because when I struggle, I didn't have some help.
Right.
And
you know what that's like to go without any help. Yeah.
yes.
And people do need that help. They shouldn't go alone. They should reach out for that help. Correct?
Yeah. Yes.
Absolutely. Sarah, if people want to get a hold of you, they have questions or whatever, how can they contact you? You have a website or anything like that?
Yeah. I have my website, saraim.com. SARAIM.com.
Okay.
And
they can get you through there.
Yeah, they will find me there, find my information. And I also can be reached on my email, sarah@saraim.com.
That's SARA@saraim.com or
yes.
.com. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Those would be those would be the two best ways.
Yes. And I'm also on LinkedIn and Facebook.
All right. LinkedIn and Facebook. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to list that information in the podcast notes so people can use that for reference. I want to thank you for coming on the podcast and sharing your amazing story with us. The fact that you persevered through your ordeals gives us all hope and inspiration that we can make it through our challenges as well. And we can learn from your advice through your experience. And I want to wish you continued success going forward with your life and your work. Comments and suggestions to improve the podcast, or if you want to hear a subject on the podcast, it's a wrap with rap@gmail.com. We have a website, it's a wrap.com. You can get on our email list. We have a Facebook page and group. It's a Wrap with Rap. Instagram, it's a Wrap with Rap podcast. And all the episodes are on YouTube. It's a Wrap with Rap, the podcast uncut. Thanks everyone for listening. Please stay safe out there. And for now, it's a wrap.
Mm-hmm.